Solving a Rubik's Cube is a lot like learning a new language. Meaning, it's not really hard to do. It's only hard to do if you don't know how to do it. But when you get down to it, you actually see it's pretty simple. But why is it simple? That's easy to say when you can solve the Rubik's Cube, you're probably saying to yourself. But the thing that makes it simple is that all the Rubik's Cube is just a bunch of formulas. It's just a bunch of formulas that you memorize and you put together. The general principle in the Rubik's Cube is something that you solve and you put together because you understand the formula. The formula meaning you know how the thing works. Once you know how the thing works, then it's nothing really to solve it. Just a couple moves you got to memorize, a couple methods, like I say, that you have to get down pat. And once you do that, you got it. It's really the same thing with language. Language looks hard. A language can be overwhelming when you don't know how to speak that language. But if you look and you talk to those people that speak the language, you know, they're not Albert Einstein or some genius. They're just people who know the formula to that language. What a Rubik's Cube is something that you can solve and understand pretty easily. But when you get in front of people, it could be a little harder to solve because it's that possibility of error. Much like language, you can speak it when you're by yourself. You can understand everything almost 100% very easily. But when you get in front of people, it's something that you stumble over, you make mistakes, and you say, I should quit the language. I should stop speaking in general. But it's not the possibility of failure that you get overwhelmed by when it comes to speaking a language. It's actually the exposure of weakness. When you can solve a Rubik's Cube by yourself, but you can't solve it in front of people, what that means is you're afraid of looking like a failure. You're afraid of coming into contact with your own shortcomings. So the same way with language, you have these languages that you can understand. You have these languages that you can speak, you can think about, or you can think about the response, you can read, right? You understand these pretty well, but when you speak in front of people or when you speak with people, it is something that kind of overwhelms you. Because, like I say, what you're worried about is the appearance of failure. It's not the actual failure, but the appearance of failure. And that's what messes a lot of us up. The way that you fight this by knowing the formula well enough to lean into the formula more than you lean into your self-doubt. Once you lean into the formula more than you lean into your self-doubt, you really start to see, oh, I am capable of doing this. I'm not incapable. These people don't affect my abilities. It's just my thought about their perception of me that messes me up. And like we say, that's the same thing with language. So when you are learning a language and you feel like you're messing up, you might come into a hurdle. And when you come into that hurdle, when you encounter that hurdle, what you want to do is you actually want to press through it. You don't want to let it defeat you. Sometimes that's too hard to do on our own. We're busy with life. We are overwhelmed. with worries about our past, about anxieties. And so we need somebody to help us with those things. And that's what a tutor does. A tutor walks you through the formula, but doesn't just walk you through the formula. What a tutor does is walks you through the process of learning. Because you can know the formula like we talked about, but then when you get in front of people, the formula is overwhelming. What do you do then? Well, a tutor teaches you that. What do you do when you get here and you become overwhelmed? What you do is you lean into the formula. You lean into the formula. Once you lean into that formula you have to trust. It's not going to lead you astray. It's not going to lead you wrong. Once you understand that formula and you know that it's not going to lead you wrong, then you can have an understanding that is based on fact and not simply hope. See, it's good to hope. Hope is the thing that pushes you to learn the language, but it's not the thing that is equipped to empower you through facing a challenge or through solving a challenge. It can empower you to face a challenge, but not empower you to solve a challenge. And so you stop looking at it through the lens of hope and you start looking at it through the lens of the formula. Once you know the formula, once you have an understanding, then that's when you can solve. And that's what a tutor helps you do. The tutor helps you trust and understand the formula again and again and again. So if you are wanting to learn a language, that language being Louisiana Creole, then I am the tutor that is willing to help you walk through the formulas and then get you to that point to where you can speak confidently the language of your ancestors or the language that you are interested in. Click the link in my bio to know more. Shalom.